my computer. I'm going to share my screen. All right, so jump over to Rough Animator here. So remember when we left this last week, and I believe I also put the project, the Rough Animator file in the classroom. If I didn't, let me know. I might have put it in the classroom. I might have emailed it to everybody. I forget. But if I didn't do that, then somebody just chime in and let me know. Remember, we built this all on the 1593 13, which is contact down, passing, and up. There are some animators who call this contact and then recover, and that's a very weird way of thinking about a walk cycle. Or even Richard Williams in his book calls it falling and then catching yourself. And I really don't like that because in animation, we talk about animating the verbs. And that, we talked about that in the first couple of weeks of this class on the board. I wrote it on the board, animate the verbs. And if you're falling and catching yourself, that's a different verb than just going into the down position or coming through on an oscillation. So this walk cycle just looked like this. Remember, it was nice and smooth. And so let me just talk about a couple of things about repair, because a lot of you have the let me take this layer off, this layer 8 off, because I think I was showing everyone how to do a cleanup on that. So we still have the main walk, but let me see what layer 6 is. Layer 5. All right, so let me just do this as I'm going to add a layer. And the layer here is, I'm just going to write, this is going to be a head, and then underscore F for fix, FX for fix. I should put an I in there. All right, so on this drawing right here, I'm just going to pick a new color. Let's pick this purple, deep purple color here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, and again, I'm showing this to all of you that need to do like a head fix. So I'm going to go to 125, 150%. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. And with my pencil, I'm just going to scrub. I'm going to scrub in a head that's a little better. So I'm going to fix the neck a little bit. I'm going to give him a little broader range of the back of his head, a little bend to his front of his neck, a little stronger jaw. Forehead's okay. The nose is okay. At this point, I'll give him just like a little indication where his mouth would be. Maybe a little flare for his nostril. I'll keep the ear. The ear's okay. The eye is okay. Maybe I'll give him a little eyelid or eyebrow. Makes it a little better. I'll give him a little hairline. In this condition here, I'll give him a little poof to his hair. All right, so this would be the idea that you would all go in there and find a better head for the character design on your character. At this point, I could even give him like a little collar if I wanted to put that in there. I could, and remember that I'm going to copy and paste this a bunch of times. So I'm going to give him a little shadow, a little tone in here. If you want, you could put that tone going the right way. You could make the hair actually moving the right way as it would be on the body. It's up to you. But the idea would be as how to copy and paste this correctly. All right, so that's my head. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and I'm going to use that strange lasso tool. And remember, we're only selecting the pixels. Did I just draw this on the wrong layer? Hold on a second. No, I drew it on the right layer. I'm going to select just the head that I just drew. I'm going to copy it. This is going to be increased by 1 frame. Then I'm going to add a drawing after. So now the head's disappeared. So I'm just going to paste it. And remember that what we're doing now is let me go back out here just a little bit. So we got to remember where you are. the, let me go back to this right here. So I pasted this, and I want to move it down just a little bit. And remember that the suggestion is I want to Command Z that. It's because in moving it down, if you circle this and try to move it with your mouse, it might go forwards or backwards. So if you just remember that you're doing drawing number 3, you're on frame number 3 right here. And so 3 is starting to go into the furthest down position. And you can just count your pixels. So you know you're going down, and you know you're going to go about that far. So you can count your pixels. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pixels. And then you're going to add a drawing after. And remember, it's maintaining the on 2's values. You're going to paste it here, and now you can just do, now if this down position for the third drawing was 5 pixels, then on drawing 5, it's probably going to be 10. And you can count with your arrow key, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not quite reaching the position where it's at. So do 11, 12, 13, 14. So that means that on our layout, you could write a little note that this 3 and the 9 and the 19 and the 23 position in this head fix, for at least for my demonstration, all go down 7 pixels. So you just use the arrow key on your keyboard 7 times. And then for the 5 and the 21 position, it would be double that. It would be 14 for drawings 5 and 21. And then so for the up position, it works the same thing. You're just going to copy it for the 11, for the 15, for the 27, and the 31 position, it would go up 7 pixels. So you use the up key. And then for drawings 13 and 29, it would go up 14 pixels. So just keep that in mind. So right now we're on frame number 5. Add a drawing afterwards and paste it. And so remember, now we're on drawing 7. So now it's only going to go down 7 pixels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks about right. So we're going to add a drawing after. And then we're going to paste this. And then this is the 9 position. So 1, 5, 17, 25 do not have to be moved. They're in the same position. So just go ahead and add a drawing after. And this is drawing 11. So now we're starting to go up. Remember, I just said this. This should be up 7 pixels. Did I paste it yet? I don't know if I pasted it. There we go. Up 7 pixels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Add a drawing after. Paste it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 6 and 12 for the up position. Add a drawing after. Right now we're on drawing 15, so we're starting to come down a little bit. So it's just paste 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Add a drawing after. This is drawing 17, so all you have to do is paste it and leave it alone. Add a drawing after. And this is drawing 19, so paste it. And drawing 19 is going down, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Add a drawing after. And then paste it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Add a drawing after. Paste it. And this is drawing 23. So it's only going down half of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Add a drawing after. This is drawing 25, so just paste it and leave it alone. This is drawing 27. So paste it, and 27 goes up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Add a drawing after. This is your high point. This is 29. Paste it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Add a drawing after. Paste it, and just go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Deselect it. Let's play this and see how it moves. All right, so it moves up and down. It doesn't look like it's tearing away from the body too much, or if at all, just because I used my my math. And so what I'm going to do here, and remember that math is just really simple. That is just the counting. So I'm going to find my layout layer here. And I believe it's this one. So on this, so the fix for you all that are doing fixes, on this background layer, what we did here was we talked about doing the head, fix, and the head fix has this 3 position, the 7 position, the 19, and the 21, all sharing the same pixel count. So we copy and pasted the same head, and we went -7. And then for the down position, actually, let me do that. So for the down position on 5 and the down position on 21, we went down 14. That was -14 hits on the arrow key. All right, and then so for the position on 11 and 15 and 27 and 31, we went up 7, up 6 actually, if you remember. And then on the upper position for 13 and 29, we went up 12 pixels. And that's how we fixed. So that's how you would fix your head. And that's how you would fix the body too, if you wanted to redo any fix on the body itself. All right, so I'm just going to stop this. I'm going to save it. I'm going to look at what I've got. This is Billy B. Walk version 1. I'm going to save this as, I'm going to save this as version 3B. And I'm going to make sure I put that in the class. So if you can see my screen, this is coming to you. It'll be ready to give to you as BB Walk 3 VBA. Okay, 3V V3B. All right, so I'm going to put this away. I'm going to have a new file. And what I'm going to do now is we're just going to start. I'm going to do the walk. I'm going to show you the asynchronous overlapping action just really quickly once again. So we have a new, brand new file here. So I'm going to modify an empty layer a couple of different times. Just so we use this as the background layer. On my background layer, I want the background color to just be some sort of gray. So I'm just going to pick a neutral gray. Something that's just not white. Layer 1, I'm going to draw for my horizon. I'm just going to write H for horizon. And I'm just going to take a brown color for the horizon. Except for some reason it's still, oh, hold on a second. All right, so now paint color, sorry about that. So I'm going to pick a brown color for the horizon. And I'm going to come over to my palette and I'm going to draw a horizon about 1/3 of the way up. So I'm not going to redo everything that we did in the very first example. And again, the shift key does not constrain. There's no graphic thing here. So I'm just going to try to draw straight as line as I can. So that's the horizon. All right, and then I'm going to bring that out as I can. So remember that what I'm going to do on this background here with like a red color is just indicate the same kind of arcs that we did just a minute ago with our other drawings. So I'm going to layer 2, and I'm going to pick a rough blue color to draw for the main. For this background color, I'm gonna get rid of the gray just a little bit, just about like that. All right, layer 2. I want blue. Damn it, hold on. Remember what I'm working with. Paint color, I want just a blue. And I'm going to be on layer 2. So I'm going to just draw the first. I'm going to make this a little darker. All right, again, I'm looking at the left focal point. So I'm just going to draw a head. I'm going to draw the line of action. He's leaning forwards just a little bit. So I'm going to make sure he's got his little neck. I'm going to give him his body type. Okay, and that looks okay right there. Again, at this point, you can kind of go in there and start refining the shapes if you want, because you know you're going to copy and paste this. Top of the head, ear, eyes, nose, his own mouth, indication here. All right, a little circle for where his shoulders are going to connect. Another circle for where his hips are going to connect. Jazz up this forehead a little bit. Give him a little bit of hair, something I know little about. All right, then I'm going to give him just some shadow for the hair. All right, and remember what I'm doing then is not random. I know that his feet are going to be down about right here. So I'm okay right now. On my background layer, well, actually on the horizon layer, and let me just take this layer 3 and move it downwards. So layer 3 is going to be my arcs layer. And on my arc layer with a paint color, I'm going to use the red. And so for here, I'm going to just put a little line at the top of his head. So that's going to be the top motion. This is going to be the upper and lower motion. And those get copied for the top of the shoulder here. And I'll do the rest of the drawing here in just a minute. All right, but remember that what we're going to be doing is that same basic oscillation. It goes contact, down, passing up, contact, down, passing, and up. And I'm going to just copy and paste my little guy. So my little guy is on this layer. Let me make sure I did that right. I put the arc and the guy together, so I screwed up. So let me select, let me Command Z a bunch of times. Get rid of the red. And I'm going to put this guy is on, it's going to G for guy. And I'm going to go to the layer 3 and redo that just a little bit. Contact down, passing up, contact down, passing up. And remember, it doesn't have to be geometrical. You just have to remember that this is 1, 5, 9, 13, 17, 21, 25, 29, and then it would repeat. So it repeats over here. And just copy this again. This is 1, 5, 9, 13. And then that copies for 17, 23. Sorry. 21, 25, 29. And then this 5 position and the 21 position are going to have new asynchronous overlapping action for the arms. So remember that, let me put the 3 on it where my mouse is. I just lost my mouse. Okay, so 3, 7, 11, and 15, and copies over, and the other side is 19, 23, 27, and 31. All right, we'll do this cleanly. Remember, this is contact, down, passing, and up. All right, I think that's good enough. These are silhouettes of each other. All right, so this is what we're going to talk about, the asynchronous overlapping action right here. This little note right here is a reminder that I'm drawing 3, 5, and 7, and 19, 21, and 23, that the knees go, both knees are going forwards in those frames. All right, so let's go back to our guy layer, and let's copy and paste the head, neck, and body. So we're just going to copy that, and we're going to make our duration for him on just for 2 frames. And we're going to add a draw. So we copied it. We're going to add a drawing after, and I'm going to paste it. Oh, hold on one second. I'm going to take my, let me figure out where the, all right, so I want to move this layer 3, which is our arc layer, underneath the horizon. Remember, this is our arc layer. All right, and so this, I'm gonna drag my background. It's out right to here. And we're gonna take our arc layer all the way out as soon as we're done here in just a moment. All right, so on this drawing right here, we're gonna paste it. And I'm not sure, oh, it's doing that thing again where it won't let me. Yeah, I don't think it picked this up. Oh, see, that's strange. It's got to stop doing that. All right, let's select this guy again. Copy. Paste. Remember I did this the first time I did the demo too. This is really strange. It's putting the cursor right where it shouldn't be. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the arc layer out. I'm going to add a bunch of frames to it. We're going to go all the way out to 32. All right, on this one, with this guy selected, remember this is drawing 3, so it's going down. Oh, let me go do this on the arc layer. Let me put in the values that we're going to use. So I'm going to use like a green color here. And for the repositioning of the head, neck, and body, we're going to pick -4 pixels and then -8 pixels. And then in the upper positions, we're going to pick +4 and then +8. So 8 will be for 13 and 29, and -8 will be for 5 and 21, and then -4 will be for 3 and 7, and 19 and 23, and then +4 will be for 11, 15, and 27, and 31. And again, remember the drawings 1, 9, 17, 25, all stay in the same place. Okay, so on this drawing here, let's highlight it again. And so this is drawing 3, we're going down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Add a drawing after, and paste, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 down. Add a drawing after. This is drawing 7, right there, it's only going down 4, paste it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Add a drawing after, paste it, and this is drawing 9, so leave it alone. Add a drawing after, paste it. This is drawing 11, so it's going up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Add a drawing after, paste it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Add a drawing after, paste it. This is drawing 15, so it's only going up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Add a drawing after, paste it. This is drawing 17, leave it alone. Add a drawing after, paste it. Start the cycle over again. It's going down 1, 2, 3, 4. Add a drawing after, paste it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Add a drawing after, paste it. This is 23. It's going down just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I did it the wrong way. Hit the wrong key there. Add a drawing after. And now we're on drawing 25. Paste it and leave it alone. Add a drawing after. Paste it. And then we're going 27 is going up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Paste it. This is drawing 29. It's the upper position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And your last one is drawing 29. Paste it. And this is going up for 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's just take a look at this and see what it looks like. All right, so it's moving just up and down. That's exactly what we want. All right, so on our arc layer, on our horizon layer, arc layer is fine. So let's actually, so that's the guy. Let's just leave him alone right now. We're gonna add a layer, an empty layer, and we're gonna make this layer 4 underneath the guy. And let's finish the guy. So let's do his legs here, just really quickly. So we're gonna put in the, let's do the right leg. It comes from the butt. And remember that this whole thing is about the same distance as his torso. So his knee's about right there, and then your calf muscle, and then the lower leg, it's going to be about right there. Your tibia is really straight. Nice big foot. All right, so that's our near foot. And we're going to do the other one at the exact same time. Come off the butt. And this knee is bent a little bit. And this foot is bent a little bit. Remember, it's the away foot. So if you can, remember to draw it up from the ground plane just a little bit, because it gives a sense of perspective. Put a couple of little lines right there just to remind you that it's the left leg, it's the away leg. All right, so then on your arc layer in the red obnoxious color, let's remind ourselves that we're going to do the arc. So the arc is going to go from the ankle position, it's going to go up and then down. And those positions are 1 and 17. Keys are circled. 9 is always right in the middle. 5 is exactly halfway. And 13 is graphically halfway. All right, and then continue around the top of the arc. If you look at 9, 25 is opposite of it. So let's just go like this. And 25 is going to be about right there. And then 21, remember we talked about this. If you wanted to put it right in the middle, that's fine. But if you favor this back position a little bit, we'll do that this time, then it clusters drawings here and it makes the position of 25 move a little faster. 29 is going to be about right here. And then just put the indications in for 3 and 7 and 11, 13, 15, because 23 is going to be here now, not there. And 27 is going to be closer to 29. And 31 is going to be right there. So you can see that this spacing right here is a bit faster. And we're just going to do this quickly. So just remember we're doing that. Let's go back to layer 4. That's just our legs. And on layer 4, let's just go ahead and do the arms as well. So let's just draw the upper arms. And let's just give him a natural little arm here. We're not going to think too much about the anatomy because I want to do the overlapping action. So on this away arm from the center line, which is about right here, his wrist is going to come about this far out in front. So his away arm, the left arm, is going to just be down and forwards, and his away hand is going to be just about right here, just like that. You don't want it to look like a nifty bit. All right, so that's just on this, and this is going to be just for 2 frames. On your arc layer then, again with the red, now we're going to do the thing that's different, and here's my mouse. So what we need is this. Let me try this a little better. We're gonna do a nice little arc right here. We're gonna make it nice, like this. And instead of redrawing it over here, we're just gonna do this so that we can see it. And this is gonna be drawing number 1. And then this is positioned for drawing number 17. So, and then a lot of times, remember what I'll do is I'll draw like a little loop just to remind everyone that sometimes it's easier to remember where things go if you just draw a little rubber band right there. So drawing 1 is right here. Drawing 17 is right here. That means that drawing 5, I keep losing my mouse. Drawing 5 is going to be right here. So 5 is going to be right here, and that means 21 is going to be out here. So just go like this, and then follow it around right about the same position as drawing 1. So we have 1, 5, and then right up just about in the same place is going to be drawing number 9. And the same thing for the front arm, drawing 17, going into 21, and then the next key position is 25. So that's a good way to put drawing 25. Let's do the missing key positions. It goes from drawing 1, 5, 9, and the one in the middle is 13. So let's put 13 right there. And then let's just go ahead and put 29 indicating here on the arc. We won't see this. This is behind the body. And let's put the intermediate positions in there too, the breakdown positions. So 3 is going to be about right here. And then 7 is going to be about right here. This is, remember, this is just the wrist positions. 9 is here. And then 11 will be about right here. 13 is there. 15 will be about here. 17, 19, be about right there. 21, 23, 25 is already there. 27 will be right across from where drawing 15 is. And remember, we didn't put all those numbers in there just because it's easier to see it. Third to 29 and then 31. Remember to drawing 31 if you can see it at all. All right, so that's our main arc. Remember that we've got the body moving up and down correctly. We've got one arm and one leg on layer 4. And what I'm going to do is we're going to blast through the legs really quickly because we already did this. Let me turn the arc down just a little bit, just so we can see the positions on the drawing a little better. So right here on layer 4, I'm going to add a drawing after. And I'm going to pick my blue color again. And I think what I had done is I had drawn, let me just take a look here. It looks like I did the legs in red, which is strange. And in Toon Boom, you can just change the color. But right here, I'm just going to draw over, rather than erase in layer 4, I'm just going to draw over these legs and arms with the blue color just really quickly. So I just want to keep everything consistent. His belly, hand, thumb if you want, just the little fingers, his upper arm, the elbow, the wrist, just to indicate where that hand's going to be. And again, we're just redoing this because I did it in the wrong color. So actually, I'm killing the pixels here. Okay, so then that's our first keyframe. Actually, I'm going to have to Command Z this a bunch of times because I just realized that I'm on drawing 5. So let me Command Z this. Drawing 3, I mean. All right, I apologize. It is the right color, I believe, but it's just showing us the red is indicating the frame before. I apologize. All right, so now we're on drawing 5. So I always start with the near foot. So let's just do this quickly. Oh, we're on drawing 3. So right here, I'm going to draw that heel, the ankle, copy the ankle for the dot. This foot is not going to be fully engaged into the down position here. The body's already in place. Come off the butt. The knee is going forwards just a little bit. Connect the lower leg. This knee is going forwards just a little bit. And the lower leg is going backwards already. This is drawing 3. And so drawing 3 belongs to drawing 19 position. So just copy the 19. God damn it. It's hard to see where my mouse is. So just draw a little dot where the 19 ankle position is. And just get the toe to come backwards a little bit. This toe is going to be bent. And then this knee is going forwards. Remember, that's the thing, is that in animation, drawings 3, 5, 7, we already talked about this. Okay, so we're continuing here. This knee is going forwards. All right, now let's do the arm. For the arm, this is drawing 3. So the arm is going to be right here. So drawing 1 and just 3 is right here. So let's put the arm, let's draw the hand first, keep the wrist where it should be, and let's draw the elbow going out just a little bit. And then the upper arm is following just a little bit. I remember this was hard to see last week because we were drawing on top of lines that we already had. All right, so 3 copies into the 19 position. 17 goes into the 19 position, which is right here. So draw the hand out and the hand out. All right, and let's just draw a drawing after. And again, I'm going a little faster because this is the 3rd time we've done a walk. All right, good. So now we're on drawing 5. Draw a little dot where the ankle position is for 5. Now the foot's fully flat. Remember to always look at your first drawing so you don't kill the shape of the foot. All right, so this knee is still going forwards just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's just like it's crunching just a little bit from the drawing before. All right, and our onion skin range is just a little, let me kill that just a little bit. Good. All right, so now we're on drawing 5, so that copies the 21 position. So 21 is right there. So this foot is now fully bent backwards. Fully bent backwards, and the knee is going forwards. All right, and then 5 position is here. So now that's fully out. That's the fullest extreme. Coming from the shoulder, connecting to the wrist, biceps. Just get that right in there like that. All right, and then the other away is drawing, this is drawing 5, so it's in the 21 position, which is right here. And this hand is right there. And the lower arm is right there. You could just scrub it in just a little bit. Let's add a drawing after. This is drawing 7. So put the ankle position for drawing 7 and then follow the heel. The bottom of the foot should be flatter along the ground plane and come off the butt. This foot's still going backwards, the heel, the calf muscle, quads, like that. All right, and then remember, 7 matches the 23 position, so go to 23, which is right here. And now this foot can start to rock forward. You got to be careful because the ground plane is right here. And this foot was already pointed backwards. So if you do this, there might be a lot of change in direction. It is the arc of it is at the top of the arc here. And you can do this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go backwards a frame, and I'm going to fix the foot right here just a little bit, because I think that what might be better is instead of bending that foot just like that, is to start to bring it forwards just a little bit. Just a little bit, not too much. All right, so go back to this one. All right, we are on drawing 7. 7 matches 23. So drawing arm position here is 7, which is right there. So draw the hand. The lower arm is going forwards now. And then this 7 matches 23. So 23 position is right here. The hand is starting to come back. And you don't have to draw much right there. A couple of little lines to indicate that this is the away position for the leg. Add a drawing after. And remember, we're on drawing 9. So the heel position is here, flat along the ground plane. Make sure the foot doesn't lose volume too much. Connect it from the butt, back of the knee, calf muscle, quads, tibia. And this is the passing position. So 9 matches 25, which is right there. And we could just see the red, so we might just see a little bit of the heel and maybe a little bit of the knee. Don't worry about it too much. We're in drawing 9. The 9 position is here for the wrist. Draw the hand in here. Now it's going forwards, contact from the shoulder. Just get those parts in there roughly. And then the away arm for drawing 9 matches the 25 position, which is right there. So draw the hand coming back just a little bit. Just rough it in, add a drawing after. All right, we're on drawing 11. So drawing the heel first. Connect from the butt, back of the knee, calf muscle, tibia, quads are moving backwards. All right, now the hand. We're on 11. So 11 matches the 27. Oh, let's do 11 first. 11 is, 13 is here, so 11 is right here. So draw hand, and it's going to tangent to the butt, but at least it'll be okay. So draw this cleanly. Okay, good. With the away arm, so we're on drawing 11, which matches 27, and the 27 position is right here. So if you draw this, it might look like the guy's nifty bit. So you might want to just scrub that so you can always erase it later. So just leave it right there. 11 matches the 27 position for the foot, and the 27 position is right here. So now we see the away leg coming back to our view. Just put a little indication right there. We'll be able to fix that when we do a cleanup. Draw a drawing after. We're on 13, so do this first. Flat along the ground plane. Follow your come from the quads, tibia. Okay, and then the arm position is 13 is right here. So come from the shoulder blades. Let's see a little bit of the elbow. Hand is right here. Bicep straight, and then 13. I'm sorry, not 13 matches the 29 position, which we can't see. So don't worry about the away arm. 13 matches the 29 position for the leg, which is right here. Okay, and then come from the front. Oops, sorry, those are bad lines. This should be outside curves. Front, tibia. This foot should be like this now. Start to be cocking upwards. Back of the knee, soleus. Okay, good. All right, we only have a couple more drawings to do. A drawing after. We're on drawing 15. So we are right here. This one, the foot can start to bend a little bit, but our arc is not indicating it. So let's just get the leg to bend. All right, it's a little sloppy. Sorry about that. Let me Command Z that. Looks a little better. All right, the away leg. 15 matches the 31 position. So 31 is here. Forwards position, calf muscle. This foot is here. All right, and the tibia. All right, so the arm position for 15 is here. Follow it along 9. 13, 15 is right here. So to draw this hand here, come from the shoulder. Pay attention to where your onion skin was showing you where the other hand was. Just about like that. And now this matches the 31 position. And the 31 position for the hand on the away hand is still not seeing it. So it goes 29, 25, 29. So we still can't see it. So don't worry about the away arm. All right, now we're on drawing 17. And if you want, you can go back and copy and paste the legs. So let's just do that. It should work just fine. So we're just going to copy and paste the legs. Copy. And this one here, and we're going to paste it just so we don't get in any trouble. All right, so that looks good. So now you have to reverse this. So this is the near leg. Let's erase these little lines. This is the away leg, so let's put a little line in there. Okay, good. 17 for the arm position. We can do this too. We can go back to this drawing here, and now we can just copy the away arm. Copy it, go to this position, paste it, just so that we get the hand in the right place. And you can already see it's in the right place. And then it's in front, so it goes like this. All right, and let's go to the other one. And let's just copy this position. So let's just take this, copy it, go to this one, paste it, deselect it, and then that's the away arm. So just connect it just a little bit, and it's in the right place. All right. Again, I know I'm going fast, but I am recording this, so you'll be able to see this anytime you want. All right, so now what we've got is a copy of the stuff we've already done, but let's go ahead and just blast this out. We are on drawing number 19, and with my pencil tool on 19 position is right here. So again, I always draw the heel. So let's draw this foot bending. People are talking. All right, coming off the butt, calf muscle, foot's bending. This is the near foot, that knee's going forwards. This is drawing 19, so that matches the 3 position. So this foot is here. Remember, it's not all the way flapped to the ground yet. Just keep it like that. And this is going forward. Remember, this knee is going forwards just a little bit. All right, and then we are in drawing 19, so follow your marks. The 19 position for the hand is here. So let that hand be here. It's coming from the shoulder. And 19 matches the 3 position. So it was here, so this is the 3 position. Elbow is going out just a little bit. Hand is going backwards just a little bit. All right, and add a drawing after. All right, now we're on drawing 21. So 21's position is right here. So this is what the foot that we were just going to bring up off the ground. You got to remember that if it'll go through the ground plane, if you kind of just mess up your mechanics a little bit. So, and right now the foot needs to be lengthened just a little bit. All right, and so this is 21. 21 matches the 5 position. So 5 is here. And this is the away leg taking the weight now going into the down position. This knee is going forwards. The 5 position is here, flapping full on the ground plane. All right, and so 21 position is here. 21 is the extreme. It's right here. So let that hand go all the way out. Bend the arm just a little bit. 21 matches the 5 position, which is all the way out here. So that means the elbow needs to come back a little bit. And this is a really extreme position. This hand in the back position here is, it's an animator's extreme, but that's okay. I'm going to save this just really quickly. This is going to be BB_walk. I'm going to call this 5A. All right. Okay, so we're now at the next drawing. Now we're on drawing 23. So 23's position is right here. So get that foot to just bend a little bit more. Cocking it, you were getting ready so because it'll land in that forward leading position. All right, and then let's do the away foot. For 23, matches the 7 position. So 7 is here, it's behind. So it's right there. It's coming down, tibia, calf muscle, little line. All right, and now the right arm for 23 is right here, starting to come backwards a little bit. Elbows coming back, lower arm, hand, bicep, a little bit. All right, so this is not necessarily a tricky one, but you just got to remember that the 23 matches the 7 position. So 7 is, remember, it's 1, 1, 3, 5, 7 is right here. And so remember, you got to draw this one carefully, because if you don't get these the hand drawings for drawings positions, frames 3, 5, 7, and 19, 21, and 23 in the right place, they'll jitter around a little bit. It'll look kind of messy. So just remember that the first thing you can do is hit that little place where his wrist is. All right, add a drawing after. Now we're on drawing 25. 25 position is right here. So let's just draw this foot starting to cock up a little bit. That's good. Coming off the butt, back of the knee, calf muscle, quads. Okay, and 25 matches the 9 position, so we're full passing. So just get that foot back there, and you don't need to draw the away foot. Drawing 25 for the arm position is here. So now this right arm is coming backwards just a little bit. And 25 matches the 9 position, which is here. So now the left arm is coming forwards. Right, now we're going to add a drawing after. This is drawing 27. 27 is right here. It's up in the air. Quads, tibia. Okay, good. Drawing 27 matches the 11 position. So 11 is here. 11 is here. So this is the away foot, match it on the ground plane, coming off the butt, back of the knee, calf muscle. All right, drawing number 27 for the hand is right. This is 25, 20, 21, 25, 27 is right, 29, so 27 is right here. And I believe we can't see the away leg or away arm. Let's see. 27 matches 11. So don't worry about the away arm. If you want, you could probably put like a little hand and maybe a little elbow, just so it doesn't flash and disappear. Add a drawing after. This is drawing 29. 29 is right here. Let me move that just a little bit. There we go, right there. Right. All right, 29 matches the 13 position. So 13 is right here. Off the back of the butt, calf muscle, tibia, front of the foot. Again, this is the away leg. All right, so 29 position is right in the middle. It's right here. The hand is right in the middle now. Bring the elbow back, bicep, lower arm, and we can't see the away arm at all. All right, so one more drawing after. This is drawing 31, which is right here. And we're just gonna put that like that. And that matches the 15 position. Drawing 31, so 15 position is right here. And this is the one where the away foot can bend a little bit. So let's just get it to come off the ground just a little bit. Calf muscle, messy drawing, sorry. And 31, the hand position is 19, 25, 29, 31, going into 1. So its position is about right there. And I don't think we need to worry about the away arm. Let's just take a look at it. That's the 15 position. And you don't have to worry about it. So let's take a look at what we got. Save this. And remember, I went really fast, but that's okay. Let's see how this looks. All right, so we established the head, the neck, and the body were working. All we did was put the mechanics for the legs in there. But the thing that we've got right now is just look at the feet. Boom, 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 boom. Once you see those feet landing, then pay attention to the position of the arms. The arms reach their extreme just 4 drawings later. And it's a much nicer way of building a 32 frame walk. All right, so let's take a break. Take a break. I'm going to pause the recording. Take a break. Take a break. I'm going to pause the recording. All right, so now we're recording again. I'm going to jump back over to Rough Animator, and we're going to analyze this. Remember that, like I said at the top of our discussion here, this kind of walk does not take into account any forwards or backwards movement of the shoulders. Like if your arms were going into the forwards position, your shoulders could go into the forwards position, and your hips could actually rotate just a little bit. Your hands can cross over the midline. They don't have to just be pendulums hanging by your side. And it doesn't take into the contrapposto motion, orientation of the shoulders and hips, which always happens when you're animating. If you go back and look at the walk cycles that we were just looking at with the Klaus, I think I might have put them away already. But they show brilliance in their ability to just handle very subtle movements. This is a side view, but here we got a nice little pose, but that contrapposto with his shoulders like that, and it's a 3/4. These are not front views. Those are just 3/4. So it's something to think about if you're gonna try to attempt to do a 3/4 walk for your final. If that's something that you were thinking of doing, that would be great. It would take a couple weeks to do it. So doing a walk like a 3/4 walk in any character that you have would be fine with me. This guy like right here, that's a great idea for a final.
Wait, are you showing us something, because it's not screen
Oh,
sharing?
I'm sorry. So yeah, I thought it was showing my screen. So so yeah, like this guy here. So that, that's a wonderful 3/4 walk. She's a wonderful 3/4 walk. And it would take you a couple weeks to put that together. Professional animators can do this in 3 or 4 days. Tops, maybe 2 days. Doesn't take that long. But for a class like this, just doing it for the first time, that is an option for you. So just keep that in mind. That's one of the options. The other option is, well, this is one of your assignments here, is doing a reaction. So I'm going to stop this playback, save this. Remember that this puppy is called BB Walk 5A. And on my screen right there, it's right. So this is the one we just demoed earlier. And this, I'm going to put this away. I'm going to save this. And I'm going to open a new project. And so what I want to do now is I want to walk you through the idea of how to do a character's reaction. All right, and so this is brand new. And if you have any questions, you can chime in. All right, and so go ahead.
Will you let me in? I'm trying to
okay.
enter from my laptop.
Okay, hold on one second. I'm going to stop sharing. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Gotcha. Okay. Now you got 2 of them and you're getting feedback. I did that the other day in a meeting and everyone was very confused. All right, so once again, I want to use the last little block of time today just to demo what you can do for thinking about a final. So let me just say this. But in my notes right now, what I have is a 3/4 walk or a head turn that has a double take and then a take. So a double take and a take, a head turn, a double take and a take. And we'll go over that right now, just to get an idea of what that looks like. But you can also do something in the field of 2D animation, like experimenting with the process of 2D animation. And that is going and like doing a whole shot. And what I mean by that is like you have an idea and you have a singular kind of motion where a character is going to do something. They're going to walk in and sit down on a couch. That's all they're going to do. So you write that down. That's your script, because the character is going to walk in and sit down. So then you do thumbnails for it, and you do those with the proper aspect ratio. And then you do maybe a full board for what the background, foreground, midground elements are going to look like in that shot. And then you draw out the keys. And I can walk you through that. So if each one of you is going to be doing something different, I can use the class time to demo for you right here about how to put together a shot like that. Because you would do just the keys for whatever that motion was, the character walking in, positioning themselves, changing their weight, shifting their weight from one foot to the other, leaning forward, taking an anticipation, sitting down on the couch, and then all the overlapping action and follow through that would happen for a shot like that. That would include doing the keys and then the breakdowns and then the in-betweens and maybe even doing the cleanups for a shot like that. Remember, my note here is that this walk cycle that you're doing right now, that you should be done with it at least by next week. That you should be just taking that dot move and sending it to Paul. Make a note, all of you, make a note for yourselves. Send the walk cycle as a dot move to Paul, and he's going to try to do the spring show virtually. He's going to do it online. All right, so let's do the idea. So let's walk through this idea of, and this idea here would be a shot as well, but I'm not going to do the whole thing. We're just going to animate how to do a head turn, a reaction, a head turn, a double take, and a reaction. All right, so what we're going to do here is, and on this layer 1 right here, we're going to use just a rough blue color, and I'm going to establish a background. I'm going to, this is just my horizon, I guess. On the background, let's just give it some sort of, just a gray. Okay. With my horizon color right here, I'm also going to add a layer that I'm just going to remind you here for this layer 2. This is going to be my layout. So I'm just going to put LO for layout. Now, you know, when you want to draw in here, it won't let you do it. Layout. All right, so for my layout, I'm just going to remind you all with an obnoxious red color. Sorry, I always do this. I always forget that I'm on the background selection for the color. All right, so in my layout color here, I'm just going to pick something obnoxious and remind you that one field in. Anybody remember what one field in is called? And I can't draw a straight line today. It's really hard to draw a straight line. One field in, anybody? This is your action safe area. This is just a reminder for everyone. So this is action safe. And then 2 fields in. Anybody remember what 2 fields in is? You're all going to get yelled at if you don't remember what 2 fields is. Coco? Annabelle?
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
You don't remember?
No.
This is title safe. Action safe and title. So keep your words away, 2 fields away from the edge. Keep all of your action 1 field away from the edge. This is the center of your screen. And we're going to divide our screen up into thirds. And when you divide your screen up into thirds, each one of these smaller rectangles should be the same aspect ratio, more or less, as the main screen. And my lines are a little wobbly. So these are focal points. This is cinematic thirds. Cinematic thirds. There's a focal point right in the middle. Remember, you can have a focal point wherever you want. But remember, this is just a layout, just reminding you, you can always draw in from the corner to the very center of your screen. So that gives you the idea of where your eye starts to look. There's all kinds of things that you can use when you're starting to use the layout. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to minimize it just a little bit. Take your alpha down just a little bit, just to remind you that that's what we're dealing with. The focal points in the background, title safe, action safe, and we're going to start drawing on a layer 3. So layer 3 is just going to be my main character. I'm just going to call it M. So with my main character selected, my paint color with a blue rough color, I'm just going to start thinking about, no, what I've got in my mind is the idea of a character just in the screen, idle, looking around for a little bit. And you're just going to have to California brown bear with me here for just a moment, because I'm going to talk about a whole bunch of things, because what we're doing is kind of prepping you for your final itself. All right, so what I want is I want a head view of a character. You know, you can't draw outside the screen over here like you can in Toon Boom. So, and I can't do a thumbnail. I could put a thumbnail on another layer, but let's just go ahead and do this. So I want the character's head to be about this big. So I just want the head about this big. I'm going to draw a line of action for the character. So that means the character is looking this way. I'm going to draw the neck in there. I'm going to draw the shoulders in there. A little part for the upper body, deltoid, shoulders, arm. This would be his like his sternum, collarbones. These are his scapula. All right, so this would be his neck. This would be the midline for his face. Jaw, sketching it in there. Trapezius. Relax the arm just a little bit. He's not doing anything, he's just kind of waiting around. Maybe give him a little bit longer neck. All right, let's just fluff him out here just a little bit. All right, so I'm giving him the back of his head, the medial line, so that's where the bridge of his nose is. And we can set his eyes in here. Remember, eyes are good to be about halfway through the area from the top of the head to the bottom of the head. Ears drop down from that midline. Mouth is about right here. So we're just establishing just a human character. All right, so we've just got this going, but the eyebrows in there makes a little bit of a difference. We're just establishing a character on the screen. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this character we're gonna take this layout. We're just gonna leave layout there. We're gonna add a layer in here, and we're gonna give ourselves. This is just gonna be a rough background, so we're just gonna call this a background color. So with the background maybe in like a green color or something, we're gonna establish a horizon. So we've got this horizon up here. It might be a little high. So let's just give this guy a horizon about right here. And the reason we're doing this is because we want to add a bunch of frames back here. And what I'm imagining as well is that this guy's kind of standing outside. He's maybe at a park. This grass can indicate some sort of greenery. And we can always clean this up later. All right, so what I'm going to do is just let that sit there. I'm also going to maybe indicate that there's something in the upper left quadrant, like a tree or something. So let me just establish that there's some foliage up there. And maybe something over on this side too, not quite as symmetrical. All right, and then I can go back to this background layer and dress it up however I want. So I'm just going to add a whole bunch of frames to this background layer. All right, and then let me remind myself how to zoom in on this. I'm going to keep adding a bunch of frames. I want about somewhere around 5 seconds, which is about 120 frames. All right, somewhere right around 120 frames is 5 seconds. So there's my guy, right? That's my guy. So always when you're establishing action within a shot, you want to handle. So this frame right here is just going to be held for a good 8 frames as a beat. In animation, on this layout layer, we're just gonna put this out just a little bit. So on this layout layer in my red again, I'm just going to remind everyone just about a couple of keys to think about in animation. 8 frames, and remember we draw a box with a line through it because that indicates a camera. This is a camera's exposure. 8 frames equals a beat. And that's 1/3 of a second. So 1 second is 3 beats. Now, if we had full-on camera sheets, I could show this to you. Let's just jump over to the electric internet. So let's look at animation camera sheets, 24 FPS. Let's just switch to images. Animation, camera sheets, exposure sheets. Let's just put exposure sheets. And I'm not getting it yet. 2D animation. Should have had this queued up earlier. You know, I have them in the classroom. It doesn't help me right now. All right, so here's a look at one. Right now, and it's small, so it's just written in here that this is called the action column, and there's a dialogue, and then there's a bunch of levels. So you have 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the background. Well, this is just a very typical camera sheet where the dark lines indicate 8 frames each, and that's a beat. So if you just look at this and go 1, 2, 3, this should be 24 frames. And then 1, 2, 3, this is 2 seconds worth of a camera sheet. It's not always the case. Like this one right here is a Toon Boom or Pencil Check Pro or something. But any of the other ones you look at where you see those strong horizontal lines, those are a beat. So this one's wrong. I don't know where we're getting this one from. This one has it at 10 frames. So if it's at 10 frames, that must be that this is at 30 FPS. So let's not look at that one. Let's look at one that's just a typical sheet. And this one is 10 frames as well. So here's your traditional animation camera sheet. Every strong line is 8 frames. All right. So going back to just that notion, let's go back to our Animate Pro. And I think I zoomed my mouse really far away. Hold on a second. Bring this guy back. All right, so this is called a handle. And your handle can be longer than 8 frames if you want. Like if this guy's just leisurely sitting out on the park, you might want a handle that's of 1 second long. So this guy might be able to sit here and to take him out to 24 frames. So he's not doing anything for 24 frames. You might want him to blink or whatever. If he's not going to do anything for 18 frames. So 18 is a beat and a half. So you have 16 plus 2 is a beat and a quarter. So this is called a handle. You don't want to start your image just coming in. You don't want your animation just coming in. You want to put a little place in there where your eye can establish. It sees the character. It sees the focal points. There's a couple of things that I put on my Pinterest board that look like this, where you can use any number of ways of dividing up your screen for proportion. And so this is like the golden mean. This is a variation of cinematic thirds. This is like a variation of the St. Andrew's cross. So there's a whole bunch of ways of deciding what your focal points are going to be like. So let's look at my storyboard board right here. And so what I put in here was just a couple of them just to talk about storyboards. And like, so for this one, you've got an element, you've got a guy just standing there, but the composition is like an X. This one's an X, this one's a T, this is a Y. And so you can think about your composition just in terms of simple shapes or more complicated shapes, like an S with another line in there. So just keep this in mind when you're thinking about your overall composition, because that's where your focal point is going to go to. Your eye is going to gravitate towards that one place in the composition where it sees the strongest amount of contrast. So right here, this guy is really close to the left focal point. We should see him just fine. So once again, our color here, we can just now really start to rub this guy down a little bit. Maybe make sure that the establishing key is in a good place, that his ear looks correct, that his shoulder might need to be a little wider, that kind of thing. Maybe we see the away arm just a little bit. It's at this point you can begin to dress him up. And you're still rough, you're still just drawing in the lines right there, but it's still rough. And remember, we're holding this for 18 frames. And you're keeping it just loose and rough so that you can animate these shapes in keyframes just throughout the action that we're going to give him here. All right, so that's a good place to start. He's holding there for 18 frames. And remember, this is rough, and so we're just going to kind of break down this motion. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a drawing after, but remember that what we've done is that it's copying the amount of frames that we just held. So I'm going to bring this guy down to, now we don't want to animate on beats. We want to animate on regular, natural sense of timing. So, and what I mean by this is that let's imagine what's going to happen here. Is that let's say that he's just, our camera's looking at him, and that he's not quite paying attention, and he's going to look over. Maybe there's a pretty girl walking by, and the pretty girl's going to walk from here to here, and he's going to look, and he's going to look back really, or he's going to try to not look, and he's going to move his head And then he's going to move his head really to come back to this position here. And then he's going to do a take. So what we're going to do is we're going to cheat just a little bit. And we're going to copy this frame, this drawing. We're just going to copy this. And in this drawing right here, we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to give ourselves a little arc of motion here. He's going to move his head and his body. He's going to move his head. He's going to look to the, he's going to pretend he's not looking. So he's going to look over here. Anytime you do a head turn, your head turns are always on an arc. So his head's going to come over this way. He's just going to turn his head. See his other ear. Bridge of his nose is going to go all the way over here. But draw that arc in there. His hand's going to, his body's going to stay in the relatively same position. His neck is going to turn. His sternum might come over a little bit. And so once you do that, to kind of act it out, when you go to the turn to the left shoulder might drop a little bit. You might see his sternum come all the way over here, and this away shoulder might rise up a little bit. So you're just kind of thinking with your pencil. So again, this is his sternum. This is his clavicle, his trapezius, left, right deltoid, his eye line, this line of sight. He's looking over here. So this eye is here. He's trying not to get caught. And you can always rethink this about whether he's just going to turn his head and not his body. So, you know, right now we've got a big whole motion here. And so we can use our little eraser. We can get rid of some of these lines. Go back to our pencil. So he's not going to move that much. He's just going to give his sternum right here, clavicle, just a little bit of motion. Maybe just a little bit of his right deltoid. Maybe the arm will drop just a little bit. But there's a full neck twist right there. So that looks okay. All right, so let's establish the ear in right here. Head larger to the back of the head. His eyes, mouth. You know, there's nothing to look at if we just play it. It's just gonna be like bonk, right? It's just going to be too fast. So what we would need to do is we'd need to add a drawing in between, or 2 or 3 drawings in between this. But we're just working out the general timing here. All right. So if this drawing right here, let me just check something. So I want to take this drawing and move it out into. It doesn't look like it's going to let me do this. All right, so let's just keep this rough. What we're going to do is we're going to, because what you want now is you want to establish that there is a certain amount of time where his head to drift over there. And if I do this just in real time right now, I might see that that takes me a full second. So let's just take this out to 24 frames, hold this for 24 frames. We're going to come back to this frame. We're going to add a drawing after this. And we're going to paste our first drawing, and we're going to remove this because he's going to zip back to this position. So just for looking at the blocking, he starts and then he zips back. All right, so we're going to have to take our timing here, and then he's going to do a reaction from this point. So once again, this drawing right here is we're looking at 43 seconds, so we're coming in right around 2 seconds. And let's just look at the overall timing. Look, and then zip back again. All right, so now what we're going to do is in this position here, he's going to do what was called a reaction. So he just did his double take right there. What? You know, he's going to zip back. So on another layer, we're going to have to do all the other in-betweens and fun stuff. But right here, we're going to add a drawing after this. And we're going to do an animated take. All right, so back with our pencil, back with the rough color. He's going to hold here for just a moment. So this 8 frames is a beat. So it's going to register. We're going to give him a beat and a half. So let's make this 12 frames, which is a half a second. And on this, we're going to just take this position that he's in right now, and we're going to go into the down position. So we're going to add squash and stretch for what's called a natural reaction. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take the dish of his face, and we're going to put like a little arc of motion right there. So his head is going to go down about this far. So bring his chin down, bring his head. So we're going to bring the volume of his head down about this far. We're going to bring his eye line down about this far. This is the squash position. So when you do the squash position, the shoulders go up, the head goes down, the arms can go out. There's all kinds of reciprocal counteraction going on here. You can make this really cartoony if you want. All right, so this is the eye line. When you're in a squash position, this is where there's a blink that happens. His ear is going to be down here. His head. Sternum is going to go in the same position. It's going to stay right about there. But his shoulders are going to go up. He's going to blink. So instead of drawing eyes, just draw his eyes closed. Bring his mouth down. Bring his hairline down. Back of his head. Now all these parts can squash a little bit. So just like we did our bouncing ball, his whole head can squash just a little bit. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. So this action here of his arms going out adds to the notion of the squash itself. All right, and just his body's going to come out just a little bit. Again, his arms are like that. So this right here, again, this is just a key position. We have it lasting for 12 frames. We're going to add a drawing after this. And now this one is going to be a little faster, so we're going to bring this down to a half a beat, which is 4 frames. And now what we're going to do, we're going to go up. Now this is the bounce. So he started here. Now he's going to go into the stretch position. And the stretch, the head goes up. So it was here, and his chin was there. So the ball that is his head is going to stretch, just like our ball. So we're going to bring his heads up. We're going to bring his eyes up to about right. We can change the arc. So we're going to make his eyes really big. Like, what was he looking at? Like some old lady got hit by a bus or something. Oh my God. You know, his mouth can come open. His ear is going to go up. His body's going to go in. So the stretch now is that from the normal neutral position, all these parts now go in. They stretch. His neck is going to stretch. His head can come up. You know, it's the frame after this where he can do that Tex Avery thing where his eyes go completely bonkers and out of his face. So this is a stretch drawing. This is just going to be on for 4 frames. We're going to add a drawing after this, and we're going to return to the normal position that he was in. Except in this normal position, he's going to have a change of expression. You know, something is going to have happened. He's going to have, what was that? So there's a change of expression here, and he's like, what? You know, oh my God, what? And that's gonna that might last for a beat. We'll have to see what the overall time. It might last for a beat and a half. Let's see what the timing looks like. So that's how to start thinking about a normal, neutral, cartoon sort of reaction. Let's look at it again. He drifts to the left, looks back. What? So the head turn and a reaction. One more time. Head turn and a reaction. So let me see if I can find it cleanly. A lot of times when I try to do this, I never find it. But we're going to go to the electric internet. Let's do a Google. We want to do John Hallis timing for animation. We want to do, see if it comes right up. It's all there. This is all part of the Timing for Animation book. Some of you have this. It's, I forget the page number, 67. Now, here's your tail wagging that we just did the other couple weeks ago. All right, so let's do take. I think they call it a take in this book. All right, so this little drawing right here is Eric Goldberg, and he comes to you from that file that you should have nabbed from me from his Crash Course in Animation book. Here's a reaction. So here's an anticipate, overshoot, and a settle. So here's a normal position. Here's his anticipation, his overshoot, and a settle. So this is whole body going through a reaction. Here's one that's just the head. So he's looking, he does an anticipation down, he overshoots up and settle. So this is squash, stretch, normal. Let's see if we're cross-referencing anything. You know, oh my God, here's one where he just looks crazy and then does a take. So, you know, you got mine, and then you've got this, which is really, really cartoony, Melissa. Here's a girl doing it just with her whole body. So she's squashing a little bit and then stretching in the same position. All right, so let's see if we can cross-reference Timing for Animation, squash. I'll look for it, see if we can find the digital version. If not, then I'll take a picture of my book or something. It's in there. You know, it's this same thing where I told you to think about this in week 1, where you're adding squash and stretch to a face in character animation. These are just the keys. So on a layer above this, you have to think about the timing. You have to think about the shot happening. Maybe you want this drift right here to be a little longer. Maybe take this out to 32 frames so that it's more deliberate. And then a reaction. So, and right now this ends. So right here, he would have to return to a normal position. So if you add a drawing after and paste your original key into this position, and then take this out to a full second, you know, now you're starting to get towards the 5-second mark. And so this is just a way of thinking of planning out a character reacting and having a change of expression. And then you can't start and end with the same expression here. So you'd have to kind of give him more of an exasperated look right here. All right, so this is just going to be Billy B _ reaction. And so I saved that one to the desktop right here. I'm going to go back to Zoom. I'm not seeing my control window. Hold on one second. Are you still, are you all still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Everyone's still there. Okay, so let me just
Still here.
show my chat. So I don't know why they went away. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to pause. That's what I want.